right, ladies and gentlemen, it is main card time. 5 very exciting title bouts coming up for you. We have 4 champions defending their belts and 1 open championship in our co-main event this evening. First, we are going to start with our 2 amateur champions defending their belt. So, first up, let's welcome to the cage the challenger for your first bout this evening, Dante Schiro.
Welcome back out to one of the best venues in all of Wisconsin, the Monona Terrace Convention Center, Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 12. I'm Rich Reynolds along with Chris Garrity and The Machine. Gerald Mearshart in the house as well on the call as we get set for the first of 5 title fights. Yep, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an AMI title first at 170 as we take a look at Dante Schiro. He is the challenger. Dante coming in as the number 3 ranked middleweight in Wisconsin. He is also on a 4-fight win streak after dropping his first bout ever. He has won 4 in a row, and Gerald Schiro comes in with a wrestling pedigree and a family of brothers who all wrestle.
Yeah, I've seen him fight before. Real tough kid, great grappler. Uses his length really well for his striking, and definitely coming in with the strongest mustache we've seen here tonight.
Absolutely. As Movember, as we've said before, has started early, and Schiro, pure Paisan, his brothers Salvatore, Carlito, Francesco, I am sure they are in the crowd tonight as well. That's Schiro. Let's see the champ.
Next up, welcome the champion, Ben Ross.
Sold out crowd here tonight, ready to blow the roof off this place with our title fights this evening. Very exciting stuff as we look at Ben Ross, who is going to be making his way to the cage. He's ranked as the number 3 welterweight in Wisconsin. He is the one that holds this title at 170 pounds. He is 7-2 on his career. One of the losses that Ross had was to a guy who I just met again in the crowd tonight, Alton Cunningham. Cunningham beat him back on 8/22 of 2015. So it's been a while since Ross has tasted defeat as he comes into this one against Dante Schiro. And Ross, the champion here tonight, and a 1-inch advantage over his opponent, Dante Schiro. All right, he's heading to the cage. Let's go back up to Chris Garrity.
Ladies and gentlemen, this 170-pound welterweight title bout is brought to you by Madison Overhead and scheduled for 3 championship rounds. Introducing first, this man fighting out of the Coliseum Bar, red corner. He stands in at 6 foot 1 inches tall. He weighed at 169.8 pounds. He represents the Chosen Few and hails from right here in Madison, Wisconsin. His record, 5 bouts, 4 victories, 3 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Dante Schiro. His opponent, this man, fighting out of the Harley-Davidson of Madison, blue corner. An impressive amateur record, 7 victories, only 2 defeats. He weighed in at 168.5 pounds. He represents the Ironworks Training Center. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning, the defending, the undisputed, Chosen Few amateur welterweight champion, Ruthless Ben Ross.
Big ovation for Dante Schiro. He is a La Follette grad, so right here in Madison, they know him and they love him. A big shot here tonight for Dante Schiro. You know, we talked about his grappling background, quite a good background as well for Ben Ross as a wrestler, as he wrestled at Winona State University. So they both guys are going to want to get that part of their game going and get to the mat.
Right now we see Dante pressing forward early, getting the hands locked with a big double leg. And now let's look for him to establish control and start going to work here on the ground as he's got into side control on Ben Ross.
We have seen Schiro fight in almost every Chosen Few Fighting Championship, all the ones that we have done. He has been very active so far this year. In fact, for Schiro, this is his 5th fight of 2017. Seems like every 2 months he's in the cage.
Now, I don't know if you talked about this yet, Rich, but how hard is it for a champion like Ben Ross to come out with a crowd not in his corner?
Right. We did. I mean, the crowd, I mean, they know Schiro. He's from La Follette. They love him, and they are applauding everything that he does right now. This is a fired-up crowd here at Monona Terrace.
And he is overwhelming our champion right now in the mount position, looking to go for a mounted triangle here, which you don't see much anymore, Rich.
Wow, and I think he's got it locked in. Raining blows down on the champion Ross. The crowd is coming to life. It's ground and pounded. It's over. Dante Schiro is the new AMI champ at 170 pounds, and he did it in the most impressive fashion imaginable.
Absolute domination, Rich. Took him down, moved to mount position, locked in the mounted triangle, and beat his opponent until the referee pulled him off.
Wow, what a showing by Dante Schiro. You know, one of the things that we've seen from him in recent fights is that he's added the striking ability to the grappling game. Today, everything was in play here from Schiro.
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly a ground fight, but that's about as impressive a win as you can get via ground and pound. And I liked how he looked like a very seasoned professional in there when he came in the second time to get that mount. He didn't rush in too fast. He kept his distance, even tried to land a strike on the way in. He took his time. When he did get to a good position, he established his control. He created space to allow him to throw devastating punches and get that good ground and pound from that mounted triangle. Beautiful performance.
Absolutely. You would have thought Schiro was the champ. Well, he is now.
Comes at 1 minute, 18 seconds of round number 1 for your winner by TKO and the new amateur welterweight champion, Dante Schiro.
The scrap moves over to Schiro, much to the delight of the faithful here at Monona Terrace. What a showing by Schiro.
Dante,
let's hear from the new champ.
You came into this fight a heavy favorite. You had the crowd behind you. How confident were you coming up against a champion like Ross?
I was as confident as I can be. I got the best training staff, best partners in the whole entire state. I got an amazing support system, my family, everybody that came out for me. I appreciate it. I want to give a thank you to my new sponsors, Thermostore, Advanced School Wrestling, Chosen Few Gym, obviously. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say. Thank God for this opportunity. I'm grateful.
Well, you're the welterweight champ now. We're going to want to see you come back into the cage here, hopefully in January when we do our next show. I want to talk a little bit more about this fight. When you moved in the mount and then set in the mounted triangle, did you know in your head it was over at that point?
Yeah, earlier in the fight when I got the mount the first time, I saw him trying to turn over and he posted that hand on the mat real heavy, and I knew that leg could come over real easily. Didn't get it the first time. I want to punch him a little bit more. That second time, it's like stealing candy from a baby. I had to just take it right there, so that was it.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, your new champion, Dante Schiro.
Everybody loves it. I have chills seeing one half of the Paisan powers of the Chosen Few get his first title, and the strap looking good on Dante Schiro. All right, that's just the first of 5 title fights if they're all that good. We're in for one hell of a night. Alex Polizzi, Christian Herbeck are next on Chosen Few Fighting Championships 12 on 57 Sports.
We're talking now with Dante Schiro, who beats Ben Ross in a title fight here in a amateur title fight. But it was a quick fight. It was an early fight that just ended probably too soon for some of the fans. But for you, I guess you go and you win it either, no matter how you want to win it. You're just happy to get the W, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if it takes the full time, whatever. If it takes 1 minute, easier for me. Right. It's all good.
Yeah. So what happens if it's a short fight? Long fights is kind of like you learn what your strengths and weaknesses are. What do you learn out of a short fight?
I mean, there's a lot you can learn. There's a lot of things I could learn in those exchanges that I went through there. I probably could have caught that triangle a little bit earlier, but I decided to pick my shots a little bit differently and catch it later. But obviously, there's more to learn if you have a longer fight. My last fight went almost all 3 rounds. I finished it late in the third. Learned a lot from that. Came back this next fight, finished it in what was it, a minute and a half? I don't know, something like that. Yeah.
So when I was looking at some of your history, and we talked about you have a wrestling background, and your family coming up, the Madison La Follette, and you're a coach over there. So what do you go and you tell? Hey guys, I'm a champ now. So I don't know, do you tell them something different, or what do you expect out of that?
I don't know. I think it'll help my coaching a little bit in credibility. I mean, when I go back and tell my athletes, hey, you got to do certain things to become a champion or win conference, win the city. I mean, I had to do the work, or I put in the work that I needed to do, and I won this belt. So, kind of lead by example, I guess. Yeah.
And that'd be Dante Schiro beating Ben Ross for the welterweight title fight in amateur. So congratulations, and that is one way to go out of Chosen Few 12.